Hello everyone and welcome to the STPL. Sorry, everything's been a little bit last minute again, so once again we've got no green screen, but I'm going to be taking out my Christmas decorations tomorrow, so I'll have room to move it around and stuff, which will be a lot better. Essentially we're going to have one series today, started a little bit late. My shopping came way later than I thought it would do, so I didn't have any food in the house. So I've had no dinner until just now, so that's how it is, luckily enough. Sorry, I'm just checking my phone so I can open up my dashboard there as well to make seeing chat easier. Essentially, I've got a week off from now, so I'm going to have lots of fun. I'm going to try and get a lot of casting in if I can. Obviously, that makes things a little bit more difficult, but why does it make it difficult? It makes it easier. It makes it harder to relax, but that's fine. I've just had like a few days off now. I will say one thing about the first game we're about to go into. They have the worst possible colors, and I can't shift tab either. I am not happy with the Zerg and Squall, but we'll get into that in a second. You'll see why I'm annoyed by that, because it's really bad. Let's have a look at our team rankings, and let's see how things are going heading into week 10. So this is week 10 of week 13. Solar at the top, Valhalla in second, White Clan in third, IRK in fourth, Bull in fifth, Red in sixth, NaS in seventh, aSh in eighth. They're going to be your qualified teams if things go as they are at the moment, but right behind aSh are Eternal Friends, Net Wars, Clan Revolution, and then a little bit further down the table is NiCE, DM, and Psystorm. So unfortunately for NiCE, DM, and Psystorm, I don't think they can actually win enough series. Actually, they might be able to. I don't think NiCE will, because unfortunately NiCE has kind of collapsed in on itself, which a couple of people warned me may happen before everything started, but it's just one of the things that happens with Brood War clans. So luckily enough, our other 13 teams are doing pretty strong still. Just NiCE have lost a couple of their players, and they've said they'll do their best to finish the season off, so hopefully they won't be giving away too many walkovers. Psy, I mean, they've got a chance, but they would require teams like NaS and aSh and Eternal Friends to lose all their next series. And I mean, this is going to be an important series we're about to watch. It's going to be NaS versus aSh. Let's actually have a look at both the teams. The reason this is important, you can see they're both tied up 4 wins, 5 losses in the season. So whoever wins here today is going to take a slight edge over their opponent, and that edge could be enough to knock one of them out of the playoffs, which is kind of crazy, given NaS is certainly one of the stronger teams in the league, which is why it's a little bit surprising to see them a little bit further down, but they've not always had their best players playing. And aSh have really come out from realistically nowhere. Season 1, they didn't really achieve too much, but Season 2, they are doing very well. It's been really good watching their games, and I mean, you can just see the difference in sort of wins and losses. Look at NaS's Zerg wins and Zerg losses compared to aSh's. It's kind of crazy. And I'm just going to see if I can move something, but I bet I break something and make it worse. Yeah, I think I've made it worse. This was a bad choice. Why did I try and move? Why did I try and move this? Oh, you can hold control in. Oh, that works. Yeah, I thought I'll just move it because it looks a little bit off. There we go. That looks a lot better now. So that's cool. Let's have a look at our rosters for today. Hopefully you guys are all having a wonderful Friday. Obviously, we've all got the weekend now as well, which is always good. And it's the first weekend of the new year, is it? Yeah, it is. 3rd. Couldn't remember what day it was. And Happy New Year, by the way. Sorry, I completely forgot to say. Start us off, we've got the Belgian Eon Zerg against the Spanish player Squall. We're going to have and that's going to be a ZVZ. We're going to have a PvP between the American Kingdom and the Russian Dreamer. Then we're going to have a ZVT between... Is it going to be a ZVT or is it going to be a PvT? I think it might be a PvT. I might need to reload the overlay. Such is life. It's going to be a PvT between Seriosity and TTF. And then we're going to have a PvT between the Canadian Dragon and... it's going to be a ZVP. Sorry, it's going to be Dragon playing Zerg against Pro, aka Too Many Leaks. There's so many people I just need to change Too Many Leaks name to Pro. You know what? As soon as we finish game number 1, I'm just going to fix all this stuff. I'll just do it quickly in the break, it'll be good. It's going to be a ZVZ, so it's likely going to be a quick game, but let's actually introduce our first map first. It's going to be, for the first time in a while actually, our chance to have a look at Multiverse. Now, Multiverse, one of my favorite maps.
Easily amused, huh?
Thank you, Abby, for the 5-month sub, man. Means so much. Thank you for the support. Multiverse, one of my favorite maps from the previous ASL. I put this in as soon as they announced this map and I saw one game on it, I was like, this is going in the STPL at some point, and I got it in there. So we've had some good games on here so far. We've not seen as many series on it as I'd maybe like, so we may see Multiverse again in the future in some kind or some form, because the games have been relatively balanced. We've not had too many mirror matchups on it either, and we've only seen 2 ZVZs here, both of them won by the Soul players, Zealot and Spire. So let's have a look at our next couple of players here. Starting us off for NaS is going to be the Belgian Cuban, aSh. aSh has been around a while now. He's one of the best foreign Zerg players in the world right now, and he's also ranked 6 in the STPL overall. Let's actually have a quick look at the player rankings just to show how crazy that is. The players above him, Scan and Noob, definitely 2 of the best players who have ever played in the STPL. Then DeWalt and Kogut close, but well, not kind of close behind them, kind of not. DeWalt and Kogut both killing it. DeWalt doing way better than than Bonith has in the STPL. He's done so well. I think he's actually won more games than any other player, which is just crazy. He's got a ridiculous win streak record as well. And Famasi just ahead of aSh as well. And I mean, when you look just below aSh, you've got Spire, Tai2, Dragon, and Yeti. Really big names. I know in terms of the general foreign scene, maybe they're not as powerful as some of the bigger players like True Touch and Bonith, but in the STPL they've been absolutely killing it. So let's introduce aSh's opponent. It is going to be Squall. Now Squall, talking of old school, is definitely one of the more old school foreign players. An ex-Templar of Twilight member, which at a point, or at a time even, were one of the best foreign clans, so that's pretty impressive. I mean, I don't know what else I can say about that. He was in the same clan as Norgrim and Eriador as well, so you have to be a good player to be in Templar of Twilight. I know the game has kind of moved on from when he was majorly active, but he's still a strong player. He's only got a 33% win rate at the moment, but he has won one of his ZVZs that he just played, so 50% against Zerg. It's going to be a tough matchup here against aSh, but if one man can do it, it'll be Squall as we head into game number 1. It's aSh versus Squall. And now you will see why I am angry at both of these players, because look at these colors. I cannot shift tab because for whatever reason they chose not to play on top versus bottom. So we're stuck with it. We're stuck with this for now. It is going to be blue versus blue. I'll try and do my best to like differentiate them. You know what, I'm going to put aSh as red on the overlay and I'll put Squall as blue, so we can just pretend they're playing normal colors. The funny thing is when you look at the average game time stats, because I think he's probably just noticed the colors or something. aSh is like, his games are so fast, regardless of the matchup. But yeah, if we introduce both the players in the 1 o'clock position, we do have Squall fighting for aSh all the way from Spain, and his opponent down here in the 2 o'clock position fighting for NaS. It's aSh from Belgium. And Vincent they were, but the trouble is I think this game was played pre-patch, because I had to take like a 3-week break from casting due to the fact I was ill in December. Shift tab doesn't work. Oh shit! Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and I just spilt apple juice everywhere, so Shit. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Don't go anywhere. Oh my god, that really threw me off. This was not good. Let's go. Why is it a fire hazard Christmas tree? Okay, so spawning in the 2 o'clock position here for aSh in the blue, it's Squall. And spawning over here in the no, this is the 2 o'clock position. In the other blue, because they picked the wrong colors, it's Zerg fighting for NaS. And the worst thing is, I want to drink now, but I'm so angry at the apple juice, I'm not going to drink any more of it. And I just wasted a glass of it as well by throwing it all over. Also, Lucky Noob, why is my Christmas tree you know what, probably best idea not to do this in a ZVZ. Anyone know what this says? I guess he's like, I don't want to play ZVZ or something. I could drink grown-up apple juice and get some cider. That'd be quite nice. I don't think I've got any left in my fridge. Okay, so we've got Squall going for a 12 hatch, Zerg going for a 12 hatch as well. Likely going to see a 12 hatch from 12 pool coming up from Squall after this, whereas Zerg going to go for a gas on 11. So that may have been an 11 hatch actually. Let's check the timing. So no, it's the same timing. So it was. It's just Squall built an extra drone. Although now they've evened it up anyway, so it's not a big deal. But Zerg's extra drone has come way later. It is a ZVZ. The funny thing is, I spent longer trying to clean up the apple juice than I did actually, well, than this game is probably going to last. It is a ZVZ, of course. Now, Squall is actually up 1 drone over Zerg, so that's a pretty big advantage this early in a ZVZ. Uptime, I've not got a command for it, but the stream has been up for 48 minutes, and I've not even casted a ZVZ yet. You've not missed much. I spilt apple juice over everything. I'm probably going to have to make an apple juice emote, aren't I? Oh my god, that's going to be my new emote. The one thing that annoys me about ZVZ is Zerg music in Brood War is just so anticlimactic. There's just like no music here. Can you guys actually hear the game music, by the way, whenever I'm casting? Because I try to have it a level on the stream where I'm not deafened, but other people can hear it, but I can never tell. So we've got 4 lings coming out here for Squall. He is in fact down in drones now because he did build those 4 lings. Looks like Zerg is going to start building some lings now, so he's going to have 4 as well a little bit later, but Eon is going to be the one with the advantage, although he is a little bit supply blocked while he waits for that Overlord. There we go, the Overlord's finished. Now, Zerg is not going to add any additional drones just yet. He's going to continue to ling up as he builds his lair. His speed is on the way. It looks like Squall has got into the natural here. Does he eventually get a drone? No, he doesn't. And these are the worst colors ever. Thank you for nothing, Zerg and Squall here. But looks like both of them have traded incredibly evenly. Oh my god, look at that. Whose drone? Okay, so the drone was Zerg's. And it gets the kill, but then he loses the drone, so somehow we are now almost at even drones. Looks like Squall's... You know what, I'm going to select Squall's lings to make it easier to... Well, I'm going to try to select Squall's lings to make it easier to see. I can feel my keyboard is a little bit sticky, so this is annoying. Okay, this is a lot more lings coming in here for Squall, so Squall looks like he wants to do a little bit of extra damage early. The Spire is on the way for both players, so that will come into effect soon. The link count for both players actually increasing quite a lot. Obviously, Zerg working on the reaction, then he's seen a lot of lings leaving his opponent's base. Now this is when things get a little bit tricky because the Overlord is going to get here into Eon Zerg's natural. So when the Muteless spawn, they're going to get 2 free Overlord kills here. He does need to start flying those away, but he wants to see where Eon Zerg's going to be now. Let's keep a look on Eon Zerg's lings. Look like lots of them are actually going down to Squall. Could this be a big upset if Squall manages to beat Eon Zerg in arguably one of his best matchups? That'd be amazing. Yeah, I tried Shift Tab. They'll both be yellow. That makes it worse. They didn't do top versus bottom. They should have done. That was a Sunken coming up, I hope, and not the Spire. But looks like Eon Zerg is going to be able to hold on at his natural for now, but more and more lings are going to be moving in. Is there any Muteless on the way? Yeah, there's a couple coming in here for Eon Zerg. Squall is sticking on nothing but lings right now as he wants to end the game. A couple of drones have been pulled out the front here. They are going to be helping out against the lings, but looks like the lings are going to fall, and 2 additional drones are going to go down, but the issue is going to come in when these Muteless spawn. Another drone goes down. Can he get the extra run? Only 2 lings do remain here, but another, I think that's 8 lings running across the map here. Gonna be able to jump into the natural and do a little bit of damage to the hatchery, maybe get into the main mineral line, and more importantly, buy Squall the time he needs to get his own air units, but he will be behind in that regard for now. So only 2 lings do remain in the main. Looks like they both did go down. There is 2 lings in the natural here. They're not going to be able to achieve too much, so I'm not really sure why he's attacking this. I think I've actually somehow turned the sound up on my PC. I did. I managed to max out the sound, so everything is really loud for me, but we'll sort that out later. I've turned it down a little bit. Hopefully you guys can still hear it on the stream, the game that is. Now, it's really hard to tell what's going on. I do apologize for the colors. This is down to the players not selecting the correct game mode. Now, we do have 2 lings from Eon Zerg heading across the map. Squall is heavily supply blocked. He's lost all of his overlords out in the middle of the map. He's going to lose another one. Squall is going to have so much trouble coming back in this game now. Looks like 2 lings did actually get into the mineral line. It did kill 1 drone. But another 2 lings coming in. The Muteless coming in as well. No, this is actually Squall's Muteless. My apologies. And if we have a look, looks like we are going to have the Muta battle here over the mineral line. An additional drone going down for Squall. There's actually a good number of Muteless here for Eon Zerg, whereas Squall is really fallen behind with the fact he has been supply blocked. And it looks like Eon Zerg is going to win the game right here. We got past the 6-minute curse, but we are not going to get much further. The air battle going in Eon Zerg's favor completely here, and all of Squall's units are going to go down. He's going to lose another Overlord. Eon could even lose a Muteless the Scourge here, and it doesn't matter. GG. Squall taps out, and Eon Zerg takes a comeback victory here in game number 1. So, we finally got there. We finally saw the end of an 8-minute ZVZ. 54 minutes into the cast, because that's how we do it here. Pretty ridiculous. Thank you, Apple Juice, for giving us a wonderful cast today. Oh my god, Apple Juice Gate is going to be my new thing. Fucking Apple Juice, man. It's a traitor. I'm checking if my floor is sticky because I had to wash my floor as well in all of this. So what a pain in the ass. I'll be back. You know what? I'm not going anywhere. I may go and quickly grab a drink because I actually do need to drink something. But let's load up the next game. Anyway, we're going to be heading into Carthage 3. It's going to be... Wait. No, not Carthage 3. It is going to be Whiteout. It's going to be Kingdom versus Dreamer. It's going to be a PvP, and it'll be back just after this. See you guys very soon. Okay guys, I am back here for game number 2 of NaS vs aSh. When I thought I'll cast a single series, I was like, it's gonna go great, but I'm not gonna let the apple juice win. I have apple juice again, this time in a heavy mug, and I'm gonna put it far, far away from my keyboard because fucking hell, I am a clown. Well, okay, sorry for any younger viewers in chat for my poor language, but that's how I normally am. I'm not gonna filter myself anymore. I'm not gonna swear during the casts, but in between I think I'll probably swear a little bit more, because it doesn't matter, does it? Where are we? We are in game number 2, so let's introduce our next map. We're gonna be heading on to Whiteout. You may know this map from, once again, the latest. Was this the latest ASL, or it was the previous one? I'm probably not gonna swear much more. I'll only swear when I get annoyed. That's fine. Yeah, there's probably only 30-year-olds in this. I doubt there's bots, because if there is, like, if you guys are botting, then please bot more, because my viewer count is not nearly high enough. Where am I? Okay, map stats. Okay, I won't swear, Iskra. I'll do my best. I try not to swear normally, but when I spill a load of apple juice, I will. So Whiteout, pretty cool map. 3 players, top right, top left, and bottom middle spawns. The forests in the middle, not the forests themselves, but the rocks underneath, give the units a lot. Well, they're essentially vision blockers. So viewbot reporting. ID serve. I don't know if you're already 30, but I'm 30 this year, which is kind of scary. I'm 30, and I can't even use like the lonely driver thing from Initial D because I can't even drive. So I'm a lone wolf. I'm a Ronin. It's all good. Let's introduce our next couple of players. Starting us off here for NaS is going to be Kingdom. Kingdom is a pretty strong Protoss player from North America. He's not done overly well in the STPL, but he always comes out, plays for his team when he's needed. He actually stood in for Sugo this week, I think it was, so he played a little bit last minute. He is 3 wins, 4 losses against Protoss, so not doing too bad. Nearly a 50% win rate. Sorry, 50% win rate there. Stream looks like it's okay on my side. Try and refresh, see if that makes any difference. Oh, is it buffering for everyone? Let me have a look. It looks fine for me. That's strange. Oh, maybe I messed it up somehow. It looks like it's fine for everyone else. Maybe try refreshing your page. His opponent is going to be Dreamer for aSh. Now, Dreamer, he got the top 3 WCG 2008 UFA City qualifiers, which wasn't exactly, I don't believe, the biggest tournament, but still, it's an achievement. He got a top 4 in a Russian LAN tour as well in 2009. And his quote is kind of profound. It's like, death is worth living. Okay, I don't know what that means, but he's doing a little bit better than Kingdom is. Rank 57 overall, 5 wins, 4 losses against Protoss. So just above 50% win ratio for him. And let's get into game number 2. The good thing is these players played on top versus bottom, but we've got good colors anyway, so let's get into game number 2. Okay, starting us off down here in the middle of our screen, it is Kingdom in the black, fighting for NaS, all the way from the United States of America. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right hand position, we do have the green Protoss fighting for aSh, all the way from Russia. It's Dreamer. It's Cold War 2, guys. Let's get going. Okay, I'm risking it. I just drunk some apple juice. Apple juice update. The apple juice is back down on my desk. Oh my god, I need... Oh my fucking god, I need... Oh, pardon me. Oh my dearie. I nearly just Oh, I keep nearly swearing. It's impossible. It is a PvP. But PvP can be cool. I nearly knocked over my mug. Just don't trust me with drinks today. Like, I've not even... I would love to say that I've been drinking and I'm trying to do this while drunk, but all I've done is I've been at work all day cleaning out a server room, and I've come home, I ate a late dinner, and I've just got no possible coordination. Now both the players not going for mirror builds at the moment. Dreamer is going for a gas, Kingdom's going for a gas, whereas Dreamer is skipping the gas for now. Possibly looking to see what his opponent is doing, but unfortunately he scouted in the wrong direction. Apple juice is fermented a lot. I bought it today, and I'm a relatively tall guy, and it takes me a long time to get drunk. Like, I don't necessarily try to get drunk, that's not my thing. Like, I'll drink enough to get a little bit tipsy, but I've never been, like, full-on drunk before. And I'm kind of glad I've not. But I've drunk a lot before, and I've not been, like, fully drunk, so... Either I'm kind of, like, a little bit resistant to alcohol or something, or... Maybe I just got lucky. Some people do get drunk very, very easily. Now, luckily enough, Dreamer went for a Zealot, so he is going to be able to block or kill this pylon. It's not very often you see a Protoss player in a PvP go for a pylon block on a Nexus. I don't know if this was... It feels to me like this was a fake out, like he pretended that he was going to expand to force the pylon. And he's not got the money to expand, so I don't know whether or not he's kind of backtracking. But look at this, Kingdom. Gonna put down another pylon. This is a lot of money he's not spending on Zealots. He's moved straight into Dragoons here. And wait, is that a single Zealot? No, that's another probe. Now, the trouble is, Dragoons are good units, but so are Zealots in good numbers. And there's going to be 3 to 4 Zealots moving across here. There was a mana pylon here in the mineral line. I wish it was a lot easier. Like, if you look at the minimap here, it doesn't matter what the colors are, you can't see there's a pylon in that mineral line. I don't know how they'd ever be able to fix that without messing up the entire situation, but look at this. There's going to be 3 Zealots heading into the main. If they can jump on top of this Dragoon before it can start microing away, this could be a very difficult situation for Kingdom to be in. He could lose a lot of probes here. Nice hits on those Dragoons, but nice pullback. The mana pylon has finally been killed, but that's only going to free the probes momentarily. It looks like one of the Dragoons at the bottom, very, very close to going down. The Zealots doing very, very well here. Oh my god, he traps it against the pylon with Kingdom's probe. Nicely done. One of the Zealots has gone down. The other 2 jumping in the mineral line. But this Dragoon definitely a lot better protected this time. It doesn't have any shields. Well, it has 8 shields, but that's not enough. And that was pretty well done. The mana pylon, as ID Sub was saying, is a very, very good move against someone who skips Zealot, because Dragoons take forever to kill buildings. Now Kingdom, he continued to try and pylon the Nexus. He never really found out what his opponent was doing. And he doesn't know there's a robo facility up here coming up for Dreamer. Now, of course, Kingdom is going to be going for the same thing. But that was a lot of lost mining time from Kingdom as well. So Dreamer definitely at an advantage. He definitely did a better job of continuing to build probes throughout that harassment. He's now up 7 probes on his opponent. He didn't really kill that many with his Zealots. So really, really nicely done macro here from Dreamer. Now we're going to have a shuttle first here. It is going to be an observatory. It's not going to be a robo support bay, at least just yet. Kingdom, however, what's he going for? He's going for an observatory as well. It's going to be 3 gate obs versus 2 gate obs for the moment. Support Bay going to come in afterwards. We should see the same thing from Kingdom right about now. Although it looks like he's going to put a pylon around the edge of his base. Not a bad decision to make. So it's going to be 2 gate with Reaver against 3 gate with just obs. So this is definitely looking a little bit better for Dreamer. He's got a 12 supply lead now as well. The one issue is Dreamer's build is a little bit funky here. It's almost like he wanted to go for an early Nexus and couldn't do it. So everything's a little bit delayed compared to where he'd normally want it to be. But because he did delay Kingdom's macro quite a bit with that harassment, he's not doing too bad. I think he at least evened up the score when it came to tech and everything. But the problem is, well, actually no, he's got a massive supply lead as well. So let's actually check the Dragoon count. So Dreamer has 7 Dragoons. Kingdom has 7 as well. Now there is going to be 3 Dragoons coming in at a time, so obviously Kingdom will get the advantage slowly but surely. But he's not going to be able to deal with the Reavers as long as the shuttles are microed properly. Now, of course, that's a big ask. Reavers in the shuttles, certainly not the easiest thing to do. Now, Kingdom is going to spot the shuttle coming out. And Dreamer needs to be careful. If he flies this in and loses it, this still could be... Oh my god. This could be anyone's game. Oh my god, the Dragoons couldn't see it due to the air unit. That is a massive, massive problem. If Kingdom have got that Reaver, this would have been game over right now. There would have been absolutely nothing that Kingdom or Dreamer would have been able to do. He would have been without tech, he would have been without a Reaver, and he would have been stuck in his base. Now, the Reaver has been dropped off, unfortunately going to target the wrong Dragoon first, but it's going to be an, oh, nice hot pickup at the end there. Looks like the Zealot is going to be able to take down the Dragoon. Now the Reaver getting in the middle line, getting a ton of damage there. Can he get another Reaver Scarab off? He needs to be careful. He drops the Reaver goes down, the shuttle goes down. But look at what happened. Kingdom was forced to bring all of his units back. This gives Dreamer longer to continue to increase his probe count. He's got a second Nexus coming in. Looks like that Zealot was in the main still. And that's a lot of lost mining time there from Kingdom. So Dreamer is in a fantastic spot here. And this is certainly a good dream for him and not a nightmare. Now Kingdom going to head back up with all of his Dragoons. He doesn't have that many, but they are building up in number, and he's going to see if he can break through this. I don't think he's going to be able to go in here, so he does need to be careful. The Reaver getting a nice Scarab off, just finishing off that first Dragoon. Let's check the numbers. It is going to be 10 against 12, so 13 even. Lucky 13. There's going to be another Reaver in another shuttle very, very shortly. Whether or not he goes to attack with this one, I'm not too sure. I don't think he should, because Kingdom should be doing a little bit better defending. But you can already see that Kingdom's expansion is way, way far behind. His probe count is very, very low as well for this stage in the game, and Dreamer is killing it. By the way, just while we've got a little bit of a lull in the game, did someone actually... did someone clip me dropping the apple juice? Because that was bad. Ah, cool. Someone did. Thank you, Berna. The Observer keeps running in to check if that Reaver's gone. But Dreamer is clever enough to leave at least one Reaver at home. This is super, super important. 3 gate all in. If he gets enough Dragoons, can break through, but it's going to be... Oh, it looks like Dreamer is going to be the one to push out here. This could actually be a little bit of a mistake, but it is going to be double Reaver. Reaver's going to do so much damage here. Let's keep an eye on the Reaver health. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's keep an eye on the health in the shuttle. But he's doing a really good job microing this. Picks up the Reavers at the last second. The Dragoons all going down here for Kingdom. And it looks like the Kingdom may be falling. Could this be a capitulation here? As Dreamer looks like he wants to run across the map and ascend to the throne in one swift strike. He's got a lot of Dragoons right now. He's going to a 3rd gateway. He's got a Citadel, so he's going to get Zealot speed. He's going to get his Templar Archives a lot quicker than Kingdom is going to be able to. Now, Kingdom is going for his own counter Reaver, but I've not seen one in a shot. Yeah, he's only got one in his natural, so he's going to be trying to use this to defend. Now, these Reavers are heavily damaged, so if they get dropped off, it is kind of a do or die situation, because one or two hits is going to kill at least one of them. Now, oh my god, using that Reaver Scarab on top of the Reaver Scarab. Hot pickup as well. Once again, looks like he is going to be able to break through here, but the Reaver not shooting. Both Reavers killing each other. Another Reaver Scarab, though, coming into the natural, doing a ton of damage. Looks like the Dragoons are going to be able to break through. There's no shuttle going across the map here for Kingdom, so it looks like he's actually going to lose even more probes and his natural expansion. There is a Reaver on the high ground. It is going to get a good position. Oh, the Dragoon snipes the Reaver. That is quite possibly the most important snipe in this entire game, as the Reaver on the high ground should now be able to clear this up. Now, there wasn't massive damage done to the probe line, but we can already see from the top right the Dreamer is almost doubling his opponent's probes. But he's not going to be able to do any additional damage for now, so he's going to pull back and get ready to go back in with another attack a little bit later on. The two Curbs are saying you made a meme about me dropping the apple juice. I kind of want to see this now, but I also kind of don't. Where did you post it? Oh, okay. Oh, you're. Oh my god, how did I not figure out you were that person on on the Discord? That's amazing. The Witcher show was really good, by the way. Okay, so the Dragoons didn't really get much done. Looks like we are going to have another couple of Reavers in the shuttle. Do we actually have shuttle speed now? Because I always feel like I see all these Protoss players playing Reaver, and they don't go shuttle speed, and it just makes me wonder. Because in PvP, it feels like shuttle speed is just a good upgrade to have. Because not only can you drop Reavers quickly, not only can you micro better, you can also drop Templar a little bit later on. And imagine dropping High Templar here, Storm in the mineral line. That'll just be too much. Now, Dreamer needs to be careful, because the more and more he pushes in, if he can't get overwhelming victories, he is going to have some big problems. Now, we are going to have Reaver on Reaver action. Looks like the Reaver Scarab actually hit both of them. One of the Reavers goes down from Kingdom, but two of them do remain. Nice micro on the back Reaver there. But look at the Dragoons. They're running straight into two Reavers right now. And there's so much blue goo. Oh my goodness. Reavers do so much damage. Look, oh my god, it's Reaver on Reaver action. Once again, both of them are traded incredibly equally. There is 4 Dragoons left alive this time. But we've got another situation, the same one we had before. We've got Reavers at the back here for Kingdom. There's going to be two Dragoons. They're going to go on the high ground. And we've essentially just gone back 3 minutes in the game. And we're just doing it all over again. Lucky Noob saying slow shuttles are more dramatic. Yeah, I feel that. Fast shuttles look cooler though. It looks like Dreamer may just have a little bit too much. He's breaking through in the front. He's got so much supply. The probe count is actually catching up for Kingdom. He's done a very good job rebuilding his probes. Did I miss a... No, I didn't miss a Reaver drop. He's transferring them. I was going to say, like, I'm sure that I didn't see a Reaver drop there. Now, another Reaver on the high ground. Looks like one of the Dragoons can try and go for it. Not going to be able to clean this up. He is slowly but surely killing the natural expansion, but it's going to take an absolute age. And there we go. He's going back on the high ground. So, unfortunately, he's not targeting the probes here, but he is going to be able to kill this. No, he's not. He's not going to be able to kill it. The Dragoon should get on the high ground. There we go. That will clear that up. We've got an Observer checking for a third base from Kingdom. Third base from Dreamer is up. He's mining from the gas already. Now, one thing I want to check is the gateway count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Dreamer. And we've only got 3 for Kingdom. So, the longer this game goes on, the further and further ahead that Dreamer is going to get. But he also needs to not throw the game away, because no matter how many gateways you have, if you don't macro properly off of all of them, which I think he is doing at the moment, there is a little bit of a lull here. I'm checking this at completely the wrong time, but I think he's adding on some upgrades. He's got a forge going. That's something that Kingdom doesn't have. Oh my god, there's a DT in the natural mineral line. This is almost overkill. He was about to storm drop this base. He's storm dropping the base and he's like, no, I'm going to kill them all with DTs instead. 6 kills. 7 kills. Oh my god, he's going to target the Reavers. Oh no. Is he going to get both the Reavers here? This would be ridiculous. A single DT ruining everything for Kingdom here. There's no Observer out. A Reaver just finished. He's going to get a third Reaver. Oh no. Oh my god, this DT is an absolute hero unit. He's on 2-1 upgrades, by the way, against 0-0-0. There is finally an Observer in play. But does it really matter? As soon as he transfers his probes back, this Storm Drop is going to come straight back in. This is definitely not a position that he wants to be in. There's no additional DTs coming out. He's going to fly, or he's going to run out into the middle of the map, see if he can take an engagement in the middle. But we've got Dreamer with a 50 supply lead now. We've got the Storm Drop coming in. The probes are being pulled as well. Why is he pulling the boys up here? Oh, he must have seen the Reaver, or the shuttle somehow. So, oh, he's just going fully all in. Okay. That's it. This is do or die here for Kingdom. Dreamer has got 2. Oh my god, he is going to have such a surprise when he moves in here. It's not often you see the boys get pulled in a PvP. Well, let's see how effective they are. We need to zoom out to see the full extent of this. Look how big this engagement is. Coming in from all the angles. There's absolutely no vision here for Kingdom, and all of his supply is plummeting immediately. GG. Storm Drop in the bottom right doesn't do anything, but it doesn't need to. Kingdom taps out. Well, that was certainly a good end to that game. Kingdom unfortunately getting picked apart by Dreamer in that series. Dreamer once again proving why he's one of aSh's linchpins in this season. Now that is going to tie up the series 1-1. I'm going to go to a very quick break because I know I've had a long time away from casting today, and when I get back we'll go into game number 3. It's going to be Seriosity versus TTF. It's going to be a TVP, I believe. Let me just double check, because Seri is one of those dirty race pickers. It is going to be a TVP, so we'll be back with that in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Outstanding. Rock and roll.
Okay, we have a ton of Matrino codes still to use, so I'm making this quick video to show you how easy it is to actually use them. So you click the Matrino link, it brings up the Matrino page. In the top right, you hit sign in. You sign in with whatever you want to. In this case, I'm going to sign in with Twitch. It'll take you back to the page, and then if you hit contribute, you put in the coupon code LSTPL. You can put a comment if you want to, and you can hit contribute right there, and it'll add it to the prize pool. Easy as pie. STPL does. Bio TVP. Wow! You got it. STPL does. Mass Scouts? No problem. Broadcast 3 nights a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2100 CEST. Fantastic casting, fantastic production, fantastic prizes. Only here on the STPL. Did you know Reavers could be this radical? How did these lings even get here? All I know is that's one dead base. STPL does! Wraiths, Valkyries, Carriers, and Corsairs. Forget about it. You won't see that anywhere else. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. DT's doing game-ending damage? Name a more iconic duo. We've even got carriers in PvZ. How amazing! A global team league on the scale you've never seen before. Don't see this in BWCL, STPL does. All that and more, only on this amazing 64-bit STPL. What BWCL don't. Impressed? I know I am. Why not support us on the link below? Patreon.com/kicks. But act fast. It's a limited offer. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 3 between NaS and aSh. We're 1 hour and a half into the stream, and somehow we have only just now got to the point where we're in game number 3. We had an amazing PvP just then. CVZ, very quick. It was only 8 minutes, but it was still a fun game regardless. Now, just quickly finishing setting everything up, let's introduce our next map. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I'm sure a lot of people here like it as well. Well, maybe. Not too sure. Where are we now? Here we are. It's going to be on Neo-Arkanoid. Let's have a look. So, Neo-Arkanoid, a 4-player map, a semi-island map. There is a lot of temples, a lot of power generators, and a lot of cliffs separating you from your enemy. Unlike an island map, your ground units can get through. They just have to kill the neutral buildings. And if you look at the gap through the middle, in terms of the orangey temples here and the power generators, which we'll see in game, they're actually quite quick to kill. So we've had ZVZs that have ended in 5 minutes, where one player will literally just push through immediately. So I just think it's a really cool map. Lots and lots of fun. Let's have a look at our players here as well. Starting us off here for NaS from North America, Florida specifically, we do have Seriosity, 62% win rate overall. He's only played 8 games so far, but he's done pretty well against some pretty good opponents. He beat Perfume in his EVP in his last game. Perfume, one of the higher ranked players on Seoul. He's not played against TTF yet, but not many people have, as TTF, the Russian Terran, arguably the best Russian Terran at the moment, has only played 3 games so far, so we can't really go into that too much. But essentially, he's not played a TVP. I don't think I've seen him play a TVP for a very long time, so I can't even remember if I don't even think he played a TVP at... Oh, yeah, SPX is the best Russian Terran. Sorry, I keep forgetting SPX is from Russia. So SPX is the best one. TTF is kind of up there as the second best at the moment. I know people will say Casper, and I know if Casper saw this, he'd probably get really angry at me and then come beat me up because he's grind boss now. But TTF is pretty good. He is ancient, but he came back and played really well in the Corrupted Cup. So that's something. And they both do have 3-letter nicknames, as Lucky you've pointed out. So let's have a look at game number 3. It's going to be a TVP, and it's going to be on Neo-Arkanoid. Okay, starting us off here in the bottom right-hand corner in the red, fighting for aSh from Russia, it's TTF. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner in the blue, fighting for NaS. It's Seriosity from America. I went to say Florida, just randomly, so it's like Flom America. Oh my god. Today's cast is going really well. So if we look, one interesting stat here is the average game Seriosity plays against Terran only lasts about 14 minutes. We don't have that stat for TTF, of course. We'll have a quick look at the top streaks as well a little bit later. But in terms of this map, the average PvT game lasts about 20 minutes, so we'll have to see how that goes, because it's kind of cool. And as 2Curb says, TTF is true type font, so... Now Ajuda asks, how likely is it Seriosity is to DT drop him? I would say quite low. I think if anything we'll see Reavers. Reavers into carriers, definitely I would say the best choice on this map. We've seen some Templar into Arbiter from DeWalt and it didn't really work. Recall, there's not really any major recall positions on this map. And because you can defend 3 bases very easily as Terran, it's not really worth going for recall. Carriers, of all the games I've seen on here, definitely seem to be the top kind of go-to. Now, the interesting thing about Neo Arkanoid, and it's one thing that I think a lot of people would be surprised about, this is a map from 2006, and the balance of this map in terms of win-loss for each race is actually really amazingly good. I am so surprised. Just to quickly go through it very, very fast, TVZ is 4-4, ZVP is 4-3, PVT is 7-7, there's been 5 TVTs, 4 PvPs, and 3 ZVZs. There's not been a massive number of mirrors. The games we've had have been really, really fun. And I know I got memed on the Pylon show for being the map man, or, well, I made up the map man thing, but, like, I know Artosis was like, don't listen to kicks for maps. And I know a lot of people think, hey, this guy picks garbage maps. But sometimes I can be right, and a weird map can come back and we can have good games on it. Edgeworder saying carriers are good on every map. Whenever you hear they aren't, it's Protoss propaganda. Now, as much as I'd like to agree with you, there are some maps where carriers are not good. Ironically, one of them is actually one of the best Protoss maps in the game, if not the best Protoss map in the game, Central Plains. Central Plains, I bought this up before, and I've nearly bought it into the STPL, but Protoss is so good at it, I don't think I can. So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a challenge. If you're in chat and you don't know what the answer is already, do not check Liquipedia. Tell me how many games were played on Central Plains, just a rough ballpark figure. It was used in a single Pro League season. And tell me how many of them were PvPs. There were a lot of games played on Central Plains. There was a lot of games played in Pro League, so... Edgeworder higher. A lot higher. Way higher than 10 games. Okay, Fuji is closest. There were 35 games played on Central Plains. There was 1 TVZ, 4 ZVPs, only 1 of them was won by Zerg, 3 of them were won by Protoss. And there was 2 PVTs, both won by Protoss. And there was 27 PvPs and 1 ZVZ. 27 PvPs. That's like Troy in STPL Season 1. Two Cubs makes an excellent point. Every game is PvP here. There's no PvE in StarCraft 1. I mean, I guess you can play versus the comp, but TTF unfortunately has wasted his first scan, so he does not know where his opponent has spawned. It's very, very like, it feels awful when this happens, because you've got 2 scanners. You know you can't use both because you might get DT dropped, and and then you scan the wrong main, and it's like, well, I've got a 50-50 that I'll get it wrong again. So that's a bit shit. But luckily enough for him, it is going to be a robo. There's no robo support bay just yet, but Seri is going to go into a shuttle anyway. Looks like it may be Reavers, but I think they'll be a little bit later. He could just be using the shuttle to chase down any dropships as well. In terms of what TTF is doing, he's going into +1 attack relatively quickly. That's a good move. And he's going to go into Goliath drops, it looks like. So that's certainly not going to be a bad move. Goliath drops definitely one of the more popular options for Terran against Protoss on island and semi-island maps. The reason behind this is essentially a dropship with 4 Goliaths kills a shuttle with 2 Dragoons in. 4 Goliaths destroy 2 Dragoons, and it basically means that oh my god, Seri was trying to steal a 4th base and it goes to the wrong place. Oh, unlucky. And there we go, look at this, TTF gonna scan him. Wait, when did he scan? What the? Did he think a DT had been dropped? He must have done. Yeah, he must have thought a DT got dropped out. I read most people's comments on stream because at the end of the day, where I'm solo casting now, it makes it a lot easier to cast because I've got other people to talk to. It's a lonely job solo casting, but Rapid had to fix his sleep schedule. Like, there was no way he could keep going on doing what he was doing. Now, he is going to drop a single Vulture in here. He should be able to get 1 or 2 probes, but maybe not that. Nice moves by Seri. Gonna get in. He does get 1 probe, but not going to get a second one. But the important thing is, now TTF, or now Seriosity, knows there's a dropship. Lucky Noob saying I'm using people in the broadcast or broadest sense possible. Apparently I can't read. That's fair point. Fair point. We've got a fleet beacon coming in, so it is going to be carriers. Wait, did TTF finally... Yeah, he scanned the main. He would have seen the fleet beacon coming up as well. So he's going to add a lot of factories on here. He's got 3 already. He's going into mass dropship as well. And he should go into a second armory fairly soon now. Interestingly, he's built, or he's moved his barracks up here to build some marines. Now, this is going to mean he's going to be able to clear out the places to build the command center over there. He's also going to be able to fly a command center. Yeah, he's actually dropped some SCVs up here. Now, the reason behind this is he knows that he's going to have to start mass expanding, because one of the powers that Protoss has on this map over Terran is it's very difficult for Terran to get an extra base. Depending on, no matter what the build is, if it's Arbiters, if it's Carriers, Terran have a very, very difficult time getting over 3 bases here. And it's mainly because while you can kill the buildings in the middle, which no one's actually bothered to attack yet, it takes forever in some cases, and you still have to run your units very, very far to get there. Whereas Carriers, Arbiters, they can fly straight in and everything looking pretty good. Now, he's going to go for a triple dropship here. He left one of the goons back home, one of the Goliaths back home. One of the dropships goes down without unloading everything. That's a little bit awkward. There is going to be a cannon here as well, which is certainly doing a lot of damage to the Goliaths. But there is going to be a ton of probe damage dealt, unless the Siege Tank should have sieged a little bit earlier, but is going to be able to clean up this Nexus most likely if he targets. Trying to get the Observer as well. That's going to be a big, big pick off. The Observer is very, very important to be able to see where to go with your carriers, and that's certainly going to help hurt his vision. TTF going to be expanding to his 3rd and 4th base, probably at the same time. The 3rd base is going to be in the top right-hand position for now. The dropships have been cleaned up with the units, but things are still looking pretty good for our Terran player. Okay, so we're going to have another drop going over here to the top left-hand base here of Seriosity. He's not expanded to his 4th yet. A lot of his units, a lot of his money going into these carriers, which are going to be forced to show themselves. Now, it looks like TTF is going to be able to get some shield damage done. Can he get some hull damage done on this carrier? That'd be a big, big move. He gets a little bit, not the most, but every little helps when it comes to attacking carriers. And now we still don't have any shuttle harass coming in here for Seriosity. He's relying entirely on his carrier count building up. He's only got 2 Stargates, so we're not going to see an obscene amount of carriers super quickly. He's probably going to wait until he's got 6 and start doing some harassment. And that's definitely going to help for TTF here because he's got his expansion up in the top right. The Observer doesn't see a 3rd base yet. I'm not sure if he's actually going to bother checking the top right. And that'll definitely cause a problem for our Terran Protoss player here, sorry. Is the Interceptor upgrade not done yet? He's only got 4 Interceptors. That's actually a pretty big mistake. He's not building any more here either. I think he forgot the Interceptor upgrade. That'd actually be a massive misstep because it's super important you get that as soon as you can. Carriers with only 4 Interceptors do absolutely nothing compared to 8. Second core coming up. There's going to be another big drop heading in here to the bottom right hand base. Going to see if he can clean this up. But the carriers have arrived. They're going to come in from the above position. Now, unfortunately, there's only 4 Interceptors. And a misclick there by TTF going to attack the temple for a little bit. Certainly not what you want to be doing. Now, the trouble TTF has is he doesn't have a massive amount of bases. He doesn't have a massive amount of units. And look at this, 2 Dragoons going to drop off at this top base. There's only 2 Marines in those bunkers. The Goliaths unable to attack the carriers over the Pizza Wedge. And the tanks are actually out of position to attack the base. So they're going to go down. Still no Interceptor upgrade, but +1 attack is done. +2 attack is almost done, and +1 armor is coming on the way as well. And you can see that 4 dropships worth of Goliaths and tanks is going to have to go up to the top right if he wants to hold on to this base. Looks like he is going to hold on for now with just some... why are these SCVs still bugging out? I think he sent them back to the wrong base or something. But looks like he is going to try and go into this left-hand base. He doesn't actually know about the other main, which is a big, big problem. Now, these tanks should be able to clean up these vultures. The tanks should be able to clean up the Dragoons, but not without losing one. The Dragoon at the bottom should actually be able to clean this up, which is kind of crazy to think. Now, there we go. So he is going to be able to do some damage. The carrier count is up at 4 now. The Interceptor upgrade, I think, is finally done. Although I didn't see it get researched. Maybe it's not. Yeah, it's still not done. He's still not got an Interceptor upgrade. This is almost like a Funday Monday task. You carriers without the Interceptor upgrade. Look at this. He's been forced to stop mining over the top right, purely because he can't get any units up there. The science facility is going to go down. There's absolutely nothing that the Goliaths can do about this. Wait, does he not have Charon boosters? Yeah, no, he does. Okay, that was just some weird range shenanigans. Wait, has he only got... Yeah, he's only got 4 factories. This is definitely gonna cause TTF a problem. Now, we've got dropships heading up to the top right. This is where a lot of those units are. But he's not even sending full dropships anymore. He's sending 3 Goliaths and a tank. What's that going to do against this base? It's going to pull the carriers away from you, yes. That is a good move. But you need to do something about this, because at the end of the day, you're going to fall further and further behind the carrier player. And without mass bases, without mass factories, you're going to have so much trouble. Now, unfortunately, the dropships are going to fly straight into the carriers again. He's going to lose another couple of them. And look, I mean, he's not even got enough units to even clear out this Nexus. How is he going to attempt to stop Seriosity the longer this game goes on? TTF can drop tanks in the wedges, but it doesn't hit the main Nexus. If he dropped in the wedges here, it would hit this Nexus for sure. And you can do it here as well and hit it, because you can do it with nukes as well. But the trouble is, the carriers have got so little space to actually cover to go and defend his bases. Seriosity doesn't really need to worry about that. He's got an observer. He's got units in some of them as well. Now we've got another big drop coming in here, but the trouble is the more units that get dropped in these bases, the less there are to defend against the carriers. So the carriers are going to go into the natural base of TTF here. The Goliath's going to do a pretty good job though. This is definitely going to force a reaction. Let's actually have a look at the carriers and let's see if TTF can get any of them, because if he doesn't start to quell this carrier count, he is going to be in big trouble now. The Dragoons at the bottom definitely helping out this, but the Goliath's getting on top of the carriers a little bit, is managing to get a lot of health off of one of them, but he's just unable to get the final hits. The Goliath from the other side, unable to do anything. He's killed one of the bases, but this is one of three that remain even. And all these carriers have to, I mean, he doesn't even need the carriers. The Dragoons have actually managed to kill the tank, and they've blocked the mining at the base again. Now, let's have a look at these carriers once again. They're going to go in against a lot of turrets, but the turrets realistically are only there to buy time. TTF is not mining fully off of these three bases still. And there's not enough production back at home. He's not got a fourth base running. Seriosity's going to be able to re-expand to the bottom left. He's going to expand again to the top left, so he's going to be up to 5 bases. And this is definitely a tough game for TTF to be in right now. He didn't do enough early on. He lost too many units in dropships. And he lost too many yeah, there's still only 4 interceptors as well. Imagine if he had 8 interceptors. The game would have been over already. There's absolutely nothing you can do against this many carriers with 8 interceptors. I wonder if Seriosity ever actually realized. Like, he's doing so well that I don't think it really matters as much, but there would be double the amount of interceptors right now. He'd be killing turrets almost immediately. He'd be killing command centers almost immediately. And this would not be a problem. I mean, I'm looking, I'm trying to find anything that TTF can do. He's got a lot of units. He's not even got the full dropships though. So he's not dropping his full army. He doesn't even have a full army, really. He's got some Goliaths down here. They're not going to do too much. The carriers still have not managed to kill the turrets. The Interceptor upgrade is still not going. Now, this could be a good move if he can manage to kill the Stargates. I mean, if you think about it, Seriosity is not going to be able to get his carriers back in time, but he needs to be able to do it, and he doesn't have enough Goliaths dropping off here. If these were 5 to 6 full dropships worth of Goliaths, this is a different story, but look at this. The Dragoons are just clearing everything up. The top right base has been cleared. Only 4 interceptors still. Who needs 8? Not Seriosity, it seems. Look how slowly these are killing it. Like, if this was double the interceptors, that would have died long ago. Which, it really does surprise me that Seri hasn't realized he's not got the interceptor upgrade. I mean, TTF tried his best, but unfortunately it just wasn't good enough in this game. Seri outclassing him with his carrier usage. He's done such a good job bouncing back and forth, always dealing with the dropships very well. And I mean, he's got a base that's nearly dead. He's had 3 bases that have almost died, and he saved them all. I mean, the bottom right one did die for a little bit, but it's not been the biggest deal. It wasn't CRVT versus Eriador, that would have been a ZVP. And this map wasn't in last season either. It may have been early on in the season, and it could have been someone versus Avi. I think Avi faced against carriers, but I think they had full interceptor upgrade. I mean, look at TTF's turret wall. Turret, tank, fun. That's what TTF stands for. Turrets and tanks, that's all he needs. 2 carriers up here. The Goliaths aren't going to really be able to deal with this. They do have decent upgrades, but it's only 2-1. Realistically, you should have 3-3 by this point, or at least 3-2. 20 minutes into the game, there's not really a big excuse for this. And the only reason why these turrets are being as effective as they are is the fact that he doesn't have the 8 carrier interceptor upgrade. And that is so funny. Has he noticed yet? No, he's still not noticed. Lucky Noob says a good point. Turrets, tanks, fire bats. That's it. Wait, Eri versus ERVT was carriers? I thought that would have been a ZVT, a ZVP even. Was there carriers in that? Hold the line, says all these spinning turret people who are very, very happy to not be spinning. And now they all start again. Let's actually have a quick look at these, like super close up. Look at them all spinning. They're not even spinning at the same time either. That's kind of funny. The carriers, I mean, they're going into the main. There's some more turrets here. But look how many carriers there are now. There's 8 here still. There's like 4 over in the bottom left. There's another dropship worth of units going up to the top left, but he can't do anything. Seri is saying, oh my god. He's only just realized. Oh my goodness. He's upgrading it 21 minutes into the game. And that's it. Seri's gonna win, but there's actually a big drop going into the top left. I mean, there's no way, right? There is absolutely no... Well, the storm actually helped him. There is no way that TTF wins this game. I do not believe it. It's not possible, surely. I mean, Seriosity is gonna mine out, but he's got 2k bank, 3k bank almost. Two Curbs saying, I can beat this T with no interceptor. I can't do the tune, but saying the tune of the Handlebars song. It's really hard. Interceptors is too many syllables. Lucky Noob with his anti-Terran bias again saying, if a Terran is in the game, there is always always a way until they have left. Look, oh my god, look how many observers are behind these carriers. He does not want to deal with wraiths. I mean, there's not going to be any wraiths in this game. TTF is mining out of his main. He's mining out of his natural. He's mining on one base. One of the factories has even got it. Wait, was that factory or was that turret? There we go. TTF is tapped out. GG. Seriosity wins game number 3. Looks like Seriosity stayed in the game a little bit to clean up, but there we go. Seriosity did a really good job considering he had no interceptor upgrade for 21 minutes of that game. He did very, very well. So that's going to take us into game number 4. It's going to be a ZVP, which is one of Dragon's best matchups in the STPL between Dragon for NaS and Pro for our hero team aSh here. So it's essentially kind of a mix between Europeans. Oh, you know what, it doesn't matter because both the teams have both. So they're the North American squad and they've got a Peruvian and a Belgian player that plays for them every week. Whatever. This is just the way it goes. We'll be back in a few minutes with game number 4 here in the STPL. See you guys soon. Did you know it was possible to drop behind the naturals in Fighting Spirit? It's a bit finicky to land in the right place. You essentially need to... There's very specific spots in each of the spawns, which I'm going to try and show you here.
Hang on, we're in for some chop. I copy that.
There we go, there's one. So I believe there's actually more spots than this, but essentially it's quite hard to do. So you've got one here. Oh, you found 2 over here. Videos. There's also one here as well. You can also drop, I think, in this location. One thing to point out is the ghost cannot actually move. But of course, what it does give you the option of doing is it allows you to nuke. I'll show them next break. Okay, so we are back. We're going to be heading into our next game of today's STPL. It's going to be a ZVP. This time it's going to be Dragon fighting for NaS against Pro fighting for aSh. Let's introduce our next map as well. It's going to be our it's going to be our 2-player map for today. We already had the 3-player map in Whiteout. It's going to be Carthage 3. Let's actually take a quick look at that. And Carthage 3, really fun 2-player map. This has been a little bit more one-sided in some matchups, but ZVP, Zerg definitely with the better end of the stick here, and the games haven't actually been that one-sided either. So Zerg have actually just been doing really well. Interestingly, TVZ 5-for-1 in favor of Terran. I say interestingly, I'd say this map is definitely good for Terran in TVZ, but I think we've had a lot of like high-level Korean Terrans against lower-level foreign Zergs, so maybe a little bit skew if it's not really too big of a sample size, but that's how it goes when the map doesn't get played every single week. You don't get as many games on it, but we've had some really fun games on here regardless. Let's introduce our players. Starting us off here for NaS is going to be their captain from Canada. It is Dragon. Dragon, one of the highest ranked players in the STPL, ranked number 8 with his ELO. He's 12 wins, 1 loss against Zerg, and if I remember correctly, he's actually got a current win streak against Zerg. Let me double check. No, so I don't think it's a current win streak. But still, 12 wins, 1 loss against Zerg or against Protoss is completely ridiculous. And it's spelt like this. Don't trigger a red eye, guys, because red eye will turn up and he'll like start beating you up. There's no dash in esports. There's no small e. It's just esports with a capital E, or esports all lowercase. Red eye will see this chat and he will get completely triggered if you're not careful. But yeah, Dragon definitely a strong Zerg versus Protoss player, and his opponent Pro, we haven't seen his PvZ just yet, so not really much to go on, just because he's not actually played that many games in the STPL in general. So without further ado, let's get into game number 4. I actually just need to load up the game. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. And Avi saying that in Red Eye's old age, he won't be able to keep up and beat everyone up because of his blood pressure. Red Eye is a strong-blooded Northern English male, I believe, so he could probably beat anyone up. I wouldn't mess with Northern Englanders. They're a lot tougher than us. They're a lot tougher than us Southerners. So let's get into the game. It's Dragon versus Pro. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand position, we do have the blue Protoss player fighting for aSh. It's Pro. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right from Canada, fighting. Thank you, Benevolent Bear, for the 1000-bit cheer, man. Thanks a lot for the support, Benevolent Bear. Starting us off down here in the bottom right in the red, fighting for NaS. It's their captain. It's NaS. Shad turned up in chat cheering on his teammates. Obviously this game was played a few weeks ago now, so please no spoilers, but it's been pretty good so far. Yeah, one of the things I just would like to say, as well as a quick shout out to our sponsors Liquipedia for being such an amazing resource for everyone to use, not only in Brood War but also across various other games. They're going to be doing a bracket contest for us, which is going to be sick. That should be a lot of fun during the playoffs. Do take part in that. I'm going to be making a video. It's going to be Pro. I'm going to change his name in the database because Too Many Leaks is a really bad name and he doesn't use it anymore. So I just need to update the database. I'll do it after this game, and then in the results screen it will show the right thing. Because Dragon is actually going to be... Wait, how is this going to work? That's really annoying. Dragon race picking is so frustrating. We're gonna have... I need to find a way to fix race picking in my overlay. It doesn't work very well right now. It's all good. There is no stress. Pro is a classic name. But there we go. But what I was saying is, yeah, huge shout out to Liquipedia. They're going to be giving us a $500 initial boost to the prize pool. That's going to be added after the tournament's over. So currently our prize pool sits at $801.81. You can add to this by using the Metrino code LSTPL by following the link in the chat that's about to pop up. And I also got a note from your cheer, thank you. But let's have a look here. So if we do donate here, you can add money to the prize pool completely free. 50 cents is what will be added. There's 200 codes overall. I know we've got tons of them to use, so please do go on Metrino, click that link and put that code in, because overall, if we use all of the codes, it A, looks better for the tournament in Metrino's eyes. Metrino are partners of the STPL, and they may give us more codes next time, and also it makes the prize pool bigger for the players. So please do add that 50 cents. If you've done it already, log in with one of your other accounts and do it there as well. Yeah, apologies. I believe he actually did go gateway first into a Nexus, so Pro playing a little bit aggressive here. Obviously the Zealot, or the Zerglings in the main, very, very annoying. They haven't killed anything, which is the main thing. And looks like he hasn't, well, he's obviously not lost any probes anywhere, so he's doing pretty well. There is a probe in Dragon's main right now. Dragon going 3 hatch into lair, so there's not going to be any crazy... Dragon's not going to be playing any crazy builds, and Shad, Dragon doesn't play PvP. He may have done before, but I know at least for the last 2 to 3 years he's playing Zerg versus Protoss, and honestly, I would say it's actually his best matchup in the entire STPL. He has done so well. It's kind of ridiculous. It doesn't often come up because his main race is shown as Zerg versus Protoss, Protoss versus Protoss, but oh no, I actually did fix that. So the highest win streak against Protoss in the STPL, that counts all the seasons. You can see current and ongoing. The current highest, and it's ongoing, win streak versus Protoss is Dragon at 12-0. He has won 12 games against his Protoss opponents in a row. And he really does know how to play as frustrating as possible. Like, he does all of the most annoying things for Protoss to have to deal with. He gets Lings in the base when you shouldn't be able to. He gets a ton of damage with Lings. He just forces a lot of miss micro out of his opponents. He always goes for like these really annoying late game styles that are very difficult for Protoss players to deal with as well. And the next highest win streak against Zerg that's ongoing is Eon Zerg at 5, and Norgrim at 5 as well, but the next highest is Eriador on 6. Now that isn't a current win streak, but that is ZVP, and it's half of what Dragon has been able to do, which is crazy. Also, Albert said like Cuckmath, which was Qukmaf, and I thought he was trying to like make a joke about quick maths, which is if you guys have seen, like, there was a parody grime video made. I can't remember who made it. I can't even remember what his name is. But it's the song, like, you know what, I'm not going to do it, because there's probably going to be someone who'll clip this, and it'll be, well, if it's embarrassing, I don't care. There's, like, a part of the song is, like, I think it's called Man's Not Hot, and part of the song goes, like, 2 + 2 is 4, - 1, that's 3, quick maths. And it's just, like, I thought he was making a joke about that, but apparently he was trying to, oh, it was Big Shaq, yeah. Albert was trying to type Protoss, though, so that's not what he was going for. 2 + 2 is 4, - 1, that's 3, quick maths. All the man's on the block. Smoke trees. I don't know the rest of the word. That's the only bit I know. Okay, so we got Hydra upgrades coming in. There is, wait, is this 6 hatcheries? 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, yeah, 6 hatcheries coming up for Dragon already. He's got his third base up and running. His drone count is doing pretty well as well. He's getting a couple of Sunkens and everything around. Because he should be able to defend against this pretty easily. There is a big time attack coming in. +1 should be, oh, it's only 2/3 of the way done. But he does have Zealot leg speed. Stargate has been up, Templar Archives is done, Storm is on the way. And I have never heard the original of that song, Abby. If anyone wonders what the original song from... I forgot what the song's called again. Man's Not Hot. Apparently it's 67-foot gigs. Let's lurk. I'm gonna have to listen to that after the stream. I'm not a massive grime fan, I have to admit. It's not my kind of music, but like I'll listen to it and it's pretty good. Like it's not that I don't like it. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen, but if it's on, like it is actually pretty good. I just don't listen to it much. Oh, 67 featuring gigs, my bad. And it is my culture. It's London culture. Oh my god. I read 67 FT thinking, yeah, that's foot. That's how you write down foot. Like, what else is it gonna be? Grime might be one of the only legitimate, like, English culture things. Like, I know it's, like, more of a, like, a minority thing in terms of, like, actually, there's not really many, like, white grime artists or anything. But it's one of the only, like, decent English culture things. Like, it doesn't matter the minorities, obviously it's still English, but, like, it never really took off outside of, well... It kind of took off outside of London, but it's not like one of the biggest genres of music. It's kind of underground still, I guess, in terms of like how popular it is, but it is really, really good. It's quite like dark and heavy. Sometimes there's a lot of like really, really pressing themes, and I mean some grime is just much like with any genre of music. Some of it is like really fucking stupid, but sorry, really stupid. Sorry, Buena. Swearing again. But yeah, looks like we are going to have Pro pushing forward. Dragon a little bit supply blocked here. Could cause him a lot of trouble. He's got a lot of supply in his drones. Let's see if he can hold on. There's a lot of Mutalists. There's a lot of Corsairs, though. And a lot of Hydras are actually going to be going down to these Zealots, which is definitely a problem. Using Lurker Eggs, morphing them to create a wall. Very, very useful. But the Hydra then goes down before speed can be finished, or was that range? I think that may have been range, which is even bigger of a problem. And it looks like Pro has actually broken the front here. A nice Storm taking down a ton of those drones, getting 6 there in that engagement. And the Corsair's going to get yet another Overlord. Great timing from Pro, hitting Dragon when he wasn't quite ready. And that was a very, very nicely done job there. Just imagine if he could get a high temper up here as well to storm this mineral line. That could very well have been game over. But we are going to have Pro go for the middle expansion here. Possibly going to go for the 4th base over here. Now the middle expansion only has minerals and there's only 6 of them. So it's not the best base to take. But it's certainly something that you can look to have. And it does give the stage of ground to be a little bit more aggressive as well. Which certainly looks like what Pro wants to do. And Fujikura, head of Soul, saying that I may have just jinxed Dragon here. Looks like Pro, I mean, he's doing a very good job. Obviously, the game is not over just yet. But if Dragon can recover from this, he could still win. But of course, if Dragon loses this game, he's going to lose his 12 win streak against Zerg. Now, obviously, it's not going to go from the leaderboard. It'll still be up there, but it's not going to be ongoing. And it's not going to be going up at least for a very long time. If you think about it, this is 12 weeks worth of games where he's won ZVPs in a row. And that's not, he's not played ZVP every week. So he's had a winning streak against Protoss. I would say likely for the last year. Probably, which is kind of crazy. Now the Lurker's getting cleaned up here by this DT. The DT going to try and move its way down into the bottom right hand or bottom left hand base. That would be a very good move. There's a lot of Lurkers getting caught off guard in the middle of the map. The Storm not coming in just yet, but is he going to Storm here? The Lurkers can't burrow. They're actually getting stuck on top of each other. A Storm going off on the mineral line. And it looks like this could just be too much. The probe's getting pulled through. Is there a DT at the mineral? No, the DT never made it to the mineral line, so that is one benefit. But I don't think Dragon has enough to deal with this. He's coming up with a lot of links. But links aren't what you need. He's got units idle over in the top left-hand or the middle left-hand base. He's lost a hatchery at the front. He's lost a lot of drones. He's lost a lot of units. And Pro's army is still alive. He's only got +1 attack as well. How odd is this situation? 1 carapace against 1 attack 13 minutes into the game? Wow, I mean, it looks like Dragon is going to push back with a lot of links here. Does he have Adrenaline? Yes, he does. He's got double Evolution Chamber going. He is going to be able to clean this up with Adrenaline. Nicely done. Very, very efficient on the use of those lings, but I mean, that's just one army from Pro. He has a good economy back at home. He's got a good number of probes. He's a little bit oversaturated on his natural. He should transfer those fairly soon, and he's looking to expand. And the onus is on Dragon here to either expand or to try and attack. Now, if you're expanding in this situation, like he is here to the 9 o'clock base, he's actually expanding towards his Protoss opponent. Realistically, you want to try and expand down here, but then of course that's further away for you to defend. So this is a pretty good game so far. We've got the 4th base up for Protoss long before Dragon's base is done. In terms of gateways, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gateways. 11 if you count the one at the front as well. No additional upgrades coming in, at least on any of the tech buildings, but he does have +3 attack coming now. +2 just finished. Dragon, meanwhile, he's got his Defiler mount. That's certainly going to help. He's got double Evolution Chamber. Unable to really do too much with them, though. And the Hydra Den is rebuilt. But the problem is, where are the Defilers? Where are the units that he needs to defend against this army? I just don't think he has them. Now, there's no Observer here. Oh, yes, there is. The Observer's underneath the Corsairs, so he's going to be able to clean up the Lurkers. The Lings are going to get melted by these Zealots and the eventual Storms as well. And the Hatchery's going to go down. Dragon is going to go down in this game, and if he does, we're going to go to an ace match, which will be absolutely crazy. And Hellgated saying we need the Plague Bearer. Yeah, we do. Wait, what the hell have I just clicked on? Have I just... I can't tell if ads are running, so I've just paused the game quickly. Okay, I have no idea what this ad break button does. Thankfully, it did not play any ads. Let's go back into the game. Pro with a massive upset here, though. Definitely one of the biggest upsets we may have had in Season 2 so far. and really, really good. Yeah, I didn't even mean to click anything. By the way, guys, if you're ever watching and you see something cool, please clip it, because clipping things makes it easier for me to come back and highlight stuff. It also gives you free Reddit karma. You can share it on Twitter as well. I'll retweet it for you. Not that I have many followers. I have like 400 or something, but that's not much. But Dragon has held on. He saved his base very barely. There is a 50 supply difference, but Zerg are usually behind in supply at this point in the game. 3 attackers on the way though for our Protoss Hero Pro. 1-1 and upgrades are done for Dragon. He's going for 2-2. Still no... Oh, he's got to defile it now. Does he have Consume? I think he must do, but is Plague done? Plague obviously going to be the important one. There's going to be a Storm drop over here though, and look at that juicy Storm. 7 kills. Oh, that second Storm was a little bit unfortunate, but... Looks like he is going to try and push in at the front. Link's coming in from behind, jumping on top of those Dragoons. Nicely done. The trouble is, a lot of units are up here trying to defend this 4th base, and it is very, very important that Dragon is able to do that. And GK, I'm very, very sorry that you're having a lot of trouble with buffering. It's a shame that I don't get quality options, at least not normally anyway. Yeah, I've got no quality options. It's so annoying. Being an affiliate sucks. I've applied to the partner program like 3 times now, and I've been rejected every time with no reason, so I don't know what's wrong. But the 4th base has been broken. The legs coming in from behind, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Pro nearly up 100 supply on his Protoss opponent here, and it looks like we are going to be heading into an ace match with aSh winning the 4th game over NaS, which is not a position a lot of people would have said last year would have been possible. But Pro has got armies everywhere. They're breaking through all of the Zerg units, and there's just not enough here. Looks like another... Oh, the shuttle's going to get away. Dragon, his drone count has been ravaged. He is going to be able to clean up the units going to the bottom left, but only barely. No, he's not going to be able to. A lovely Storm there by that High Templar. Going to help clean this up. And it looks like it could be a good time for you guys to try and figure out who the ace players are going to be. Because without a miracle, I do not see Dragon winning this game. I don't usually call games too early, but he's 3-0 upgrades against 1-1 still. 2-2 may have just finished, but realistically 2-2 without any tech units isn't really going to help. And he has no 4th base, so how often do you see that in a PvP as EVP? The links are getting cleaned up in the middle. The Lurker does manage to burrow, but it's not going to be enough. A lot of the links, unfortunately, getting stuck in the middle. I guess cracklings do kind of count as tech units, the ownage, but... Or tech ownage, but I'm not too sure. By the way, Pure Ownage, if you haven't seen that, guys, is a web skit comedy from, like the... like late 2000s, I guess, and it's really, really good. It also became a thing on Canadian TV as well, and they did a movie, so watch it. It's good. It's what I don't think it's the origin of ownage with a P, but certainly popularized it among nerds back then. They did Pure Ownage for, you know what, I can't actually remember, but they did the movie recently and it was actually really good. It was a couple of years ago. Jarrett Cale is really funny. So is the guy who plays Doug. I can't remember what his name is. I think it's like Justin something. I don't know why I was going to see Justin Roiland, but that's the thingy guy. There we go. No Plague as of yet. A Swarm has come down, but Swarm isn't going to help you against Zealots. The Dragoons aren't going to be able to do too much, but Zealots are still going to do loads. It's not going to help against Storm. And where is the Plague? I just don't think he's upgraded it. And Plague is realistically the only move he has to try and come back in this game. And unfortunately, he doesn't have it anymore. He's down to 90 supply. His bank is gone. Pro is up to 5 bases. 3 attack is finished. It's 3 attack versus 2-2. Dragon is going to be able to clear up these units in the middle. But at what cost? You say don't miss shuttle. I didn't actually see a shuttle. Am I blind? Did he send a shuttle in? I got scourged. Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry. Trying to keep an eye on everything as well as cast is quite difficult. At the end of the day, I'm trying to observe, see exactly what I need to show you guys, and then figure out what to actually show you. And it's really hard to like miss a shuttle, especially when it looks like it's just an observer flying in. So Albert's saying it came in at just the last part of that engagement, so I was looking at the engagement. We got Sunken's coming up here at the 4th base of Dragon. He does have a NaS canal. And I keep saying he's not going to be able to hold on, but somehow, every single time he comes back and he holds on. Now, the trouble is, Dragon is sending all of his units over on the left-hand side of the map, and that means none of them are going to be back here defending the right side. Pro is going up to his 6th base now over here at the 9 o'clock. Dragon has definitely got his units in completely the wrong location. There's a Reaver coming in here from Pro, and this is really the kind of late-game play that Zerg need to do, Protoss need to do. They go Reaver Archon, and it pretty much beats everything. Gets a Scourge on the shuttle as well, just for good measure, but realistically, how is Dragon going to hold on to this base? He's pulling stuff through the NaS. Looks like we are going to have a counter-attack going into the bases, but look how much defense there is already. The 4th base is going to fall from Dragon, and I think this is going to be it. The NaS is still up, but for how long? Storms on the units. Dragon unfortunately getting his units stuck in the middle of the map when he realized he cannot get through. And a little bit of mismanagement of his army, a little bit of mismicro on the buildings in the middle. And that's it. That's got to be it. Dragon is going to go down here. He's going to lose to Pro in a really well-played PvZ. So he's got another 4th base attempt up here in the top left. Maybe he's going to try and hold on up here. He is a very tenacious player. He stays in as long as he knows he still has a chance. But even for me, who fancy GGs to another level, I don't think there's any more chances here for Dragon. He's going to try to send his drones up to this base. They're going to get caught off guard by the army. Oh my god, that storm. That storm was ridiculous. 10 kills on a single storm, single lings going down. Dragon is a third of his opponent's supply. Ridiculously well played game by Pro. And that's going to take us into the ace match. So, if you guys in chat want to guess who is going to be the ace match players, I don't have anything to give you, but I will do some weird thing. I don't know. I'll like highlight your name or something in chat, and you can. Or I'll say your name in chat. Bleh, say your name, but you've got to guess both. So you've got to guess the NaS player and the aSh player, and I'll be back to bring you that ace match after this short break. See you guys very soon. Okay, we have a ton of Matrino codes still to use, so I'm making this quick video to show you how easy it is to actually use them. So you click the Matrino link, it brings up the Matrino page. In the top right, you hit sign in. You sign in with whatever you want to. In this case, I'm going to sign in with Twitch. It'll take you back to the page, and then if you hit contribute, you put in the coupon code LSTPL. You can put a comment if you want to, and you can hit contribute right there, and it'll add it to the prize pool. Easy as pie.
And people like Kix, for example, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of every map that's ever been released on StarCraft. And
He's a map man! Skibidi on doo doo. Skibidi on doo doo. Skibidi on doo doo. He's a map man! Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee da ba-ba-da-bo. Ba-ba-ba-da-bo. Bee-da-ba-ba-da-bo. Ba-ba-ba-da-bo. Everybody plays one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If Kix can do it, so can you. Gooba-dooba-dooba-dee-da-ba-ba-da-bo, ba-ba-ba-da-bo.
Please don't listen to him for maps.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a ton of Matrino codes still to use, so I'm making this quick video to show you how easy it is to actually use them. So you click the Matrino link, it brings up the Matrino page. In the top right, you hit sign in. You sign in with whatever you want to. In this case, I'm going to sign in with Twitch. It'll take you back to the page, and then if you hit contribute, you put in the coupon code LSTPL. You can put a comment if you want to, and you can hit contribute. Okay, we're here for the ace match between NaS and aSh. I don't think anybody guessed these players. A lot of people guessed if Incomplete said hit him up, but he said the wrong Protoss player or the wrong other player. But yeah, hit him up versus Dragon should be a good match. It's Canada versus Canada, starting us off here in the top left-hand position. Starting as our Red Terran player is hit him up. And his opponent spawning up here in the silver. Starting for NaS, it's captain versus captain actually. It's going to be Dragon, also fighting from Canada for NaS. Now, Edgewood are seeing this matchup doesn't look too hot for aSh. Do not sleep on Hit 'em Up. Hit 'em Up, aka Logan, is a very strong Terran player. Unfortunately, he's not been super active over the last few years, but for aSh, he's come out, he's done an incredible job. To give you an example of how good he is, he's ranked 15 in the STPL overall. He's 6 wins, 5 losses against Protoss. He claims he's the worst Terran player in aSh by a mile, or worst player in aSh by a mile. But he's got a 63% win rate. Hit 'em Up is also Logan, he's the captain of aSh. And Dragon is rank 8, he's got a 74% win rate. And he's actually 4 wins, 3 losses against Terran even. So realistically, Hit 'em Up actually has statistically an advantage here. Hit 'em Up has played and beat some incredibly good Protoss players, some of them higher rank than Dragon in STPL. He beat Yeti, who's actually okay, Yeti's just under Dragon, but he was ranked higher than Dragon for a while. So yes, Dragon did get to the BSL semi-final, but one thing people have to remember is a team league is not a solo league. Best of 1 leads to an entirely different mentality. It leads to an entirely different situation as well. And it's certainly something you cannot sleep on. I mean, you have players like Yeti, he doesn't do overly well in the BSL, but he comes out in STPL, he wins an insane number of games, and he gets ranked 10. Like, in terms of actual overall win ratio, Dragon is definitely doing a little bit better than Yeti. But the ELO between the two players is crazy close, so it's kind of hard to sort of say that one is better than the other. Obviously, if you do look at solo tournament results, that muddies things a little bit, makes it a little bit easier. But in a best-of-1 situation, either player can win, and certainly the better prepared player will win overall usually. Now, Hit 'em Up doesn't often send himself out deliberately anymore. He's been trying to step back a little bit from playing, but it makes me feel like Hit 'em Up has a plan here against Dragon. Now, I don't know if they do practice, but they are both from Canada, so if they play ladder, they probably bump into each other a little bit. And it is, of course, close by ground as well, as Hellgated pointed out, which is a little bit better for Terran. But it also works out better for Protoss as well, because if they want to expand to a 3rd base or even a 2nd base realistically, it looks like Dragon's going to take the mineral only anyway, but to take this bottom right hand main, that's going to be near impossible for Hit 'em Up to ever be able to push forward and attack. And that's definitely a good thing for Protoss, because if you get those double gases, you're in a really, really good spot against Terran. And now this is, of course, a Canada versus Canada match, so it's likely being played on turn rate 24. I know we do have some games in the STPL that played at a lower turn rate than 24, but no one's ever really fully complained about lag. There's been a couple of little complaints, but no one's ever like thrown their arm up in air and refused to play a game because of lag, which I'm happy about. It is a global team league. Once again, while things get heated up in this game, a huge thank you to Liquipedia, our sponsor, for kind of helping bring this season to life. They've not posted any of the stuff they've sort of written or made so far just yet, but hopefully they're going to be doing that soon. But looks like we are heating up a little bit. Hit 'em Up, moving across the map here with a little bit of an FD push. This map, it's not super important to expand as Terran early on, so he's going to see if he can put some pressure on with 2 factories on his 1 base. And let's see if that's going to work. He's got a tank and a vulture already. He's going to lay mines out the front. Oh, Dragon going for the start step micro here. Can he take down that mine? It's a very risky play. Looks like he doesn't want to risk it for now. It's going to be 3 gateways, Robo with an observer coming out. So the mine's not going to do too much for the time being, but it is going to allow Hit 'em Up to expand to this base. Ah, sorry, it was I thought it was 2 factories. It was actually a starport and a factory. So he's going to go for a Wraith to try and help with any Reavers. One of the things Dragon is quite well known for, he's also going to go for a dropship as well. Dragon's pretty good at Reaver carrier, so I think if anything we're probably going to see that on this map. Carriers aren't the best here, but because it's so easy to get so much gas, even going Templar carrier is not exactly a bad thing. Now 3 probes have gone down, 4 probes have gone down to the dropship already. 5 probes, 6 probes, 7 probes. Does he get an 8th one? 8th probe, yes he does. Can he get a 9th? No he doesn't. So 8 probes have gone down in the making of this video. The dropship does go down as well, but that was definitely a worthy trade there for Hit 'em Up. Trades vultures, which realistically aren't super important, as long as you make sure you use the mines. And he got 8 probes out of it. He puts himself at a worker advantage over Dragon. But if there's one thing Dragon's good at, it is making sure he is continually making probes. As you can see, as soon as the probes finish, he builds another one. He sends them to mine pretty quickly as well, so he's not going to be behind for long if Hit 'em Up doesn't continue his SCV production the way he should, but I think he will do. Both these are pretty good players. One other thing I want to shout out as well is a massive thank you to our patrons. I know there's not many of you guys, but the some of you that there are really do support me massively, and it really does help, because I think one thing people seem to forget, and I don't mean to guilt trip people into doing anything, because the fact you're watching is good enough for me, but this is essentially my second job, but I don't really make anything from it. I come home from my main job and I work like another 4 or 5 hours every single day usually, just making stuff for the STPL or casting. So I'm happy that you guys enjoy it. The fact that you tune in makes me feel super happy, and thank you very much. If you do want to help support monetarily, you can either donate to the prize pool directly through Maturino, or you can donate through Patreon. That's obviously the best way to support me personally. There is a goal up because I want to try and take this a little bit more seriously. I've put up like a Patreon goal of how much I would need to make to cut 1 day of work off each week from my main job, because unfortunately I can't cut down my work hours because I need to pay my mortgage and everything. So that's just the way it is. But if you can't support monetarily, do not worry. Please sub on YouTube though, follow us on Twitter, all the links are down below, and just keep watching, because at the end of the day, casting solo, it makes it a lot easier knowing that I've got you wonderful people watching every week. It's great. Looks like a lot of people have shown up for this last game, by the way. It is an ace match, of course. It is the final match of today. And if you missed it earlier, today has been the day of Juicegate. So if you're wondering why we're still casting and it's been nearly 3 hours and we're only on game 5 of a 1 series day, essentially I spilled apple juice everywhere. There's a clip of it as well. I'll post it on FBW a little bit later, but looks like Hit 'em Up moving out at the wrong time, not sieging up fast enough, but those mines definitely good. Trouble is though, losing all those tanks sets Terran back a long way, but there's still a ton of mines out here. All the mines. Oh, he cleans them up, but there's vultures in his main again. And Hit 'em Up once again takes a worker lead, getting so much damage done with these vultures. When he was a Patreon, we made his nickname the King of the Skies, but man, he's doing such a good job with his vultures here. Now, the issue is, can he convert this into a victory later? Because I can attest to this as a Terran player who likes to play really aggressively and does it badly. When you play aggressive like this and you're throwing vultures away, you lose your tanks. You can get a massive advantage in workers, but because you've lost so many units across the game, you can never win another engagement. And it's I've thrown so many games away like that. I think Hit 'em Up's definitely a little bit better than I am. Well, a lot better than I am actually. So I don't think we'll see that happening, but realistically, it's going to be difficult for him up to be able to expand to a third base right now, and he does need extra gas. Now, obviously vultures can only get you so far. He's going to run back in. He's going to try and do more damage in the main. We started at 41 supply in workers. Let's keep an eye on that to see how low it goes. A nice mine at the top of the round. Going to make it a little bit harder to jump up. But we see the probes actually went up for a little bit there. The cannon's really helping out. And maybe not the best vulture micro here by Hit'em Up. Not getting all the hits he could have done. But he does kill around 7 workers again. And I mean, Dragon still doesn't have a third base, so it's not the end of the world. Now, what is the tech coming up? Is it going to be Arbiter of Union? Yes, it is, and Hit'em Up does scout this. Now, one interesting thing about this map is there is an island base. You can see over at the 3 o'clock position here a little bit easier. But this is going to allow Hit'em Up to expand to a third base relatively free. But unlike Bonith, who's, sorry, not Bonith, Dragon, who's probably going to take this double gas space, it's only going to be 1 gas for the Terran. So the island base definitely good, but not game breaking on this map. Looks like Hit'em Up wants to send more and more vultures in. Unfortunately, the more vultures he throws away, the harder it's going to be to get any proper expanding going. And you can already see that hemorrhaging these vultures, I mean, it's keeping Dragon in this game. If obviously Hit'em Up is doing damage with these, but imagine if at this point in the game he had like 20 more vultures. Like, all of a sudden, he has an army that can contest with what Dragon actually has in the middle of the map. Now, we're going to see a dropship coming in behind the Stargate here. This could be pretty good. Let's keep an eye out. A lot of the probes are actually stacked up. If he target fires correctly here, he could get a ton of damage done. But the Dragoon's getting in immediately. He's trying to kill the cannon, but the cannon holds strong once again. Value cannon for sure. And Dragon's certainly doing a little bit better this game than he did in his last one. Now, I'm wondering if we are going to see Dragon expand to the bottom right. He finally does have the probe down there. I guess he was taking a while to get there, just because of all the vultures running around. But we got an observer. He does manage to save it, luckily enough for him. I've seen so many games lost by Protoss players just sending observers in. Now, this should be +2 attack, but that is very, very late. So +2 attack should be done already. But due to the build that Hit'em Up did, he's not able to do it. Now, he is going to be able to take out good old Doc Holiday up here in the top left-hand stasis cell. Unfortunately, poor Nyoken has already gone down as well, so Nyoken and Doc are going to be moving down into the bottom left and bottom right ones. Mind melding with me and Rapid. And let's have a look. So we're going to have a third base coming in from Hit'em Up. Now, unfortunately, there's no gas here, but he does have the 4th base coming up as well. So, I mean, the one benefit, obviously, Dragon is going to have is he's going to have recall, he's going to have stasis, and he's going to have another 2 gas very, very shortly. So, things are definitely going to be in Dragon's favor the longer this game goes on. The upgrades being late for Hit'em Up definitely causes a few issues, but look at Hit'em Up here. He's going to push in from the high ground. Now, there is going to be a counterattack coming in behind this. This could be a big, big move for Hit'em Up. But if Hit'em Up puts a single tank on this ramp, he's going to kill all of the probes. Obviously, the Arbiter going to be super, super important here. I don't know if EMP is done just yet, but it will be very shortly. Looks like this tank on the high ground certainly going to be doing some damage. And as someone mentioned in chat earlier, it was Black Obsidian said, this is certainly not a good day to be a probe. These probes are not looking good for 2020. This is definitely Year of the Vulture so far. But the Arbiter building up energy. Looks like the Dragoon's gonna... I hate when I see this. He sends up Dragoons, one of them dies, he takes a ton of damage on all of them. At that point, I feel like you should just push in and try and kill the tanks. Like, you're already on top of it. By running away, you're taking more damage. But Dragon, he knows how better to play Protoss than me. We've got some hero cannons down here in the bottom right, but look at Dragon's probe count. We're at 15 minutes. In the last game, by this point, when he was playing Zerg, he had 50 drones. He had more of his supply in drones than he did anything else. But in this game, where he's playing Protoss, I mean, Protoss and Zerg are both his main races, depending on the matchup, he's only got 37 probes. That's 37 probes split across 4 bases. That's not enough. The economy of Dragon is just not there. And we could be looking at a massive, massive upset. If aSh can take down NaS here, that would be incredible for aSh. And look at this, more and more vultures coming in. The mines are so good, but Dragon's micro? Look at that target fire and getting all of those dangerous mines there. Nicely done. And only losing a single Dragoon, where he could have, well, he lost 2, but he could have lost 6 overall. So nicely done. Now, the issue is, as I mentioned before, Hit 'em Up has been throwing away, well, I say throwing away, he's been trading away a lot of minerals in vultures. And this means essentially his army is not that big. Now, the reason why this is a problem is because eventually the army is going to get bigger from Dragon. He's going to likely go for a big recall. There's not enough mines in the main here because he's been using all his mines out on the map. I mean, the good thing is he has been using his mines. But is this now a big enough army? Does Hit 'em Up have what it takes to push forward? He's only got 2 attack. He's not got 1 armor. So it's not the ultimate force here that Terran would usually like to have. Let's actually have a look at these Arbiters. We want to make sure to see if they get EMP'd. If he does get EMP'd, this is definitely going to go in Hit 'em Up's favor. He's going to send in the Arbiter at the back to try and get the first of the stasis. EMP doesn't hit in time. And there's 2 big stasis fields. Looks like we're going to have another stasis out the front here, but the trouble is the stasis is actually creating a wall for the Zealots. The storm coming in at the back, definitely strong. That storm on the vultures, incredibly strong there. But the tanks at the back holding strong, at least for the time being. But Dragon, he's just got too many attacking units. This is what happens when you go for so much vulture harass. You just don't have a big army. You don't have that big standing army. You can't push like this. And Dragon is going to take down all of Hit 'em Up's units. And look at that probe count. He has been building probes like an absolute madman. What a legend, if we're going full English here, as he manages to catch up with Hit 'em Up. He's not done that much harassment himself. There's been no storm drops. There's been nothing like that. He has been doing nothing but building probes off of 4 nexuses, and even has some idle probes that he definitely needs to get to work. The Hit 'em Up still continues to be aggressive. Certainly my favorite style of Terran to play, but the issue is he going to run out of steam? Is he going to run out of units? And is he going to run out of the game here? As Dragon is just going to keep trading very efficiently with these Protoss armies. Now, did recall ever finish? I don't think we've seen a recall coming yet. Here we go. There is going to be a drop coming in at the 4th base here of Hit 'em Up. He doesn't have a dropship anymore, I don't believe, so he's not going to be able to go and defend this. He really should pull the SCVs to defend it, though. Looks like we've got some mines behind that mineral line. More and more probes are going to be transferred to the bottom right as Dragon takes another base down here. It looks like there is a dropship, thankfully, so not too much damage is going to be done. Of course, oh, Hit 'em Up with a good dropship micro here. Going to pick up the hurt units. Not managing to get the best pickups, but it is quite difficult to do. 2 more Dragoons going to come out here. It's not often that you see 2 Dragoons fight off a dropship, but he did it. The Vulture's going to come back into the 3rd base again. Dragon is going to lose even more probes in this game. Oh, I thought there was an Arbiter in the main base, but unfortunately it was just an Observer. Once again, it's really difficult not to get hyped when you think there's an Arbiter coming in. But look at this, a Storm drop. Getting ready, but this... I mean, he just stormed 1 SCV. I'm not really sure if that's actually worth it, but he cancels out the island base. Now, it looks like the units are getting ready for a recall, but he just doesn't seem to want to go for it. I guess he doesn't necessarily need to. Now, we've got Dragon looking to expand in the bottom middle position. We've got Hit 'em Up scanning the bottom left, thinking his opponent must have an extra base. And he does scan the position of the army, so that... oh, no, wrong one. He does scan the position of the army. He sees some of the Dragoons in the middle of the map as well. So this command center, unfortunately, not going to be able to do too much. Now, we do have 3 tanks heading out in dropships. The issue is dropships in the late game against Protoss are mostly best used to distract while you push. And he just does not have the kind of army that can push right now. I mean, he's got a lot of vultures finally. But if you count his tanks, he's got 11 up here. 12, 13, 14. So he's got 15 tanks. But what are 15 tanks going to do against all of these Dragoons? They've got 3 attack. We're going to have a dropship coming down here to the 3rd base. There is a Templar that goes down. And this is certainly going to be annoying for Dragon to deal with. And look at these tanks on the high ground. This is a very, very nicely done job here by Hit 'em Up. He does still have a little bit of an advantage. And this is the time he's going to strike. He moves out with all of his vultures. He's going to go pull his opponent's attention away. The Arbiter going to come back here. Probably even Stasis maybe. And this is when he starts to push through the middle of the map. A lot of units went down trying to get up to the top left-hand position or top middle position. Mines have been laid absolutely everywhere. The tanks have been cleaned up. The dropships are going to get cleaned up. But importantly, look at the position Hit 'em Up is getting on this map right now. He is right outside the Protoss choke. And there is no additional gateways at the other base. There is no gateways at the additional natural. There's no gateways at the additional 3rd. And yes, there's a lot of units up here for Dragon. But can he fight this army? I thought it was going to be difficult for Hit 'em Up, but Hit 'em Up is doing a fantastic job in this game so far. There's a lot of Dragoons at the bottom. There's been no recalls coming in. There's been no recompense for this army slowly but surely pushing forward. Here comes the Stasis though. This could be a big one. Looks like the Arbiter's not going to get it. The second Arbiter going to come in. It is going to eventually go down to this Goliath, but look at the state. Wow, how did he stasis those 4 tanks? They're so far apart. But look at this. The units coming in from the back. 3rd base is going to go down from Hit 'em Up, and Hit 'em Up is mining out. This is his final remaining mining base. This is such a crazy game. Looks like the vultures are going to push down to the bottom right though, and if he can stop Dragon mining as well, Dragon is going to be down to 1 mining base, which is a mineral only. Hit 'em Up has a little bit more of a bank, so if he can take out this base, he is going to win this game most likely. But he has still got to be careful. He has to somehow kill these units, and he doesn't really have the army to do it. Now the vultures, most of them going down to cannons again. The tank's going to try and get on the high ground. Is there a stasis field? No, there's no stasis for the ramp. There is one, but he doesn't get it in time. A little bit unfortunate. Don't block the ramp, whatever you do. You do not want to block this with oh no. That has given Dragon a way back into this game. I say a way back in, he's actually ahead still. He's actually up over 100 supply, but it feels like the Terran is in a good spot. I don't know why. Whenever Terran is alive, I feel like they've got a good chance, but that stasis on the ramp, certainly annoying. Going to make it impossible for Dragon to lose one of his only mining bases. I don't think Hit 'em Up knows about this base in the bottom left. And Dragon's army continues to grow. He's got so many units. Hit 'em Up does not have that many left. He's not even building units at the moment. This is very, very unfortunate. He needs to be building these tanks. I think maybe he feels like he's in a better spot than he actually is. It's in the same way I thought he was in a better spot, but he's going to try and expand again. He's not been rebuilding his army while this has been going on. This has been the problem. And if he had done... Oh, nice recall here. There's no EMP at the top of this ramp, so that's a little bit unfortunate. It looks like a lot of the units are actually going to go down, though. This base will go down. There's no doubt about that. It's just whether or not he's going to be able to get his units in a position to be able to defend his own units. Because as you can see, there is a ton of Protoss in the middle of the map. The vultures are going to find it. Going to lay some mines, unfortunately. Oh, the mines! How the hell did those mines go off? Wow. Now, if these tanks can get on the high ground, this is going to be very, very difficult for Dragon to be able to deal with. But looks like the tanks are not willing to move. He's got Arbiters up the wazoo at the top of this ramp. And it's definitely a problem. So the mineral only has been taken again. There is a lot of spare gas. Let's check the production. There's still no production coming in from Hit 'em Up. This is do or die. He's not been rebuilding his army. The tanks on the high ground have not managed to clear the units. And here comes the army from Dragon. He's going to be coming in from the high and low ground. And I think this very well could be it in this game. Hit 'em Up was in such a good spot, but unfortunately, he just didn't continue producing. He got a little bit overconfident. And Dragon, with his additional 2 bases, will win this game. And will win aSh the very important series. But this has been an amazing series today. We've had such a good set of games here. Lots of back and forth. And of course the ace match to top it all off. Dragon, his macro definitely his strong point. His engagements in this game haven't been the best. His defense hasn't been the best. He lost so many probes over the course of this game. But he stayed in. He stayed strong, he kept rebuilding his workers, he kept rebuilding his army, and the tenacity and the ability to do that, even with his low APM, has shown how you win a late game PvT. He has played this out perfectly. Now, Hit 'em Up, trying to expand to the 12 o'clock location, unable to get a wall up here or anything. And I mean, he's now finally starting to produce, but he's now running out of money. He's building Goliath, so that's not going to be enough. GG. Hit 'em Up, taps out. Dragon takes game number 5. Okay guys, that will do it for our series today. The crazy thing is, we went to game 5. It took me nearly 4 hours. Nearly 4 hours to cast all that. We had some incredible games. I know we did have a few breaks in between and we had Apple Juice Gate, but Dragon gets the win in game number 5. Let's actually add this to the database. I'm going to have to change something manually after this, but I'll remember to do it. NaS gets the win. aSh gets the loss, and let's have a look at the results. I really should get one of those Stream Deck things. I don't know if I'll be able to use it for OBS, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. There we go. So Eon Zerg winning a ZVZ over Squall. Dreamer winning a PvP over Kingdom. Seriosity winning a PvT over TTF. Too Many Leaks Pro winning a PvZ over Dragon. Dragon was playing Zerg, but I had to send him back to Protoss for this final game. And Dragon winning game number 5 over Hit 'em Up. An incredibly tense, incredibly fun. Wait, it's been 3 hours. Oh, I started streaming late, didn't I? It's been an incredibly fun series. Lots and lots of fun casting this one. Once again, I'd just like to say a huge shout out to our sponsors, Liquipedia and Matrino. Liquipedia especially, donating $500 to the prize pool. Matrino have donated $100 as well, but you need to use all of the codes to be able to do it. I'm going to post it again. I will continue posting it until all of the codes have been used. We've not got long left in STPL Season 2. Add money to that prize pool completely free, 50 cents. Courtesy of Matrino. I've noticed it's gone up like $2. So 4 people have used the code today. You don't necessarily have to watch the stream to add the code as well. If you've got any friends who maybe watch streams, maybe watch Brood War but don't watch STPL, or just like maybe even if they don't do anything esports wise, if they've got a Twitch account, get them to sign in on Matrino and add the money. It'll benefit all the players in the league, and it will also look better for any additional possible sponsors we have moving forward. There's going to be a bracket contest from Liquipedia as well. A massive thank you to our patrons, who will get their patron thanks at the end as usual. And a massive thanks to all of you wonderful people who have tuned in today to keep me company, especially through the Apple Juice Gate, where I spilt apple juice over literally everything I own. Very expensive stuff as well. But, oh well, it happens. Have a very good weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday for some more STPL action. Have a very good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. I'll see you guys next time.